is a collaboration, and we started. There's actually a very interesting story behind it. It's started when Cecilia and I run into each other the second time in South Korea in a conference, and then that was right before her trip to Tibet. And we started talking about why she's gonna take this trip, and if there's anything we could do. And then we decided to. That's the beginning of this collaboration.
I believe that was in the summer 2019. So I have this kind of a field trip to Tibet. So it's kind of like, as a sound artist, a composer, I have this very kind of a how you're going to say that, this kind of connection, very special connection with Tibetan Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism music, chants. So there's always, I have this field work in Tibet, many years, decades. But for this collaboration specifically, is actually it's because our kind of a mutual experience as women, right? So this miscarriage experience, that was in that year that actually I just lost my baby Tashi. That's this piece name's coming from. So Tashi is his name. So that was a personal experience, and then I would like to explore that deeper to music, because I'm not a person. I'm not really good at words. Most of the things that I kind of trying to express is to music. So I was thinking about, to actually externalize that through music composition, and also through that, process, how we as human beings have this collective experience can heal each other through artworks. Yeah, so basically we were just talking about that during the summer, and Rebecca says that, yeah, I have that experience too. It's not something that people usually, they don't talk about this. Like women, we feel kind of somehow it's our shame to lose our babies, or we just think this is not something, kind of a taboo, that we don't talk about that. But surprisingly, if you ask any of your girlfriends, they probably had that, mutual experience, which is quite deep, actually. So I was thinking how we as artists, we could actually, through our art, can put that in front of the scene, and just, having this experience together to on the path of healing. So that's basically what our
Right.
purpose about this.
Right. Statistically, I think it's 10, it depends on which data you look at, 10% to 20% of women around the world, around the global, had at least once that experience in their life. So it's a very common experience. However, because the culture, well, in most culture, it's not something we openly talk about. So we hope this piece will shine a little bit of light in what we women experience, what we go through physically and emotionally. So this is a journey, and it's it's kind of a recovery journey for us. And also at the same time, we hope this would be something can function for many other women to help them during this process a little bit. So this, even nowadays, to this piece, even though Cecilia and we made this piece together, but because our experience were different, and our understanding to today, they are different to the piece, and although they work for both of us. So for me, this piece for me is this about what happened, and also about how I come to the acceptance. Eventually, relatively acceptance of what happened in the past. But for Cecilia, I'll let her explain what it means to her.
Yeah, it's kind of like a personal exploration for me because I had that experience in early 2019, and that summer was actually, a time for myself to explore my journey as a human being on this planet. Kind of processing. I was still processing those things. Even now, I'm still processing it, but just not it's just not at the same stage, right? So at that moment it was very fresh. I have no clue what I'm going to compose actually, because TPAD is it's a place that is so dearly to me and so spiritually connected with me. So I was very, very lucky and fortunate to be supported by our University of Colorado's College of Arts and Media. So they really support me on this journey. So we have this funding support. So I was just being there and just immerse myself there to actually record everything I hear. I actually don't have a clue what I'm going to come up with. So I record a few gigabytes, material and just come back with those. I actually travel different monasteries and just sit there to listen to the chants, and just kind of like going through kind of like no directional, like it's just kind of an exploration that is very random. And surprisingly, those music components just like they jump out of everywhere after I come back. Those kind of, I don't know if you noticed that on the third movement, there are those kind of a noisy, kind of like vinyl scratch, that kind of noise sound. Actually, that not from the vinyl records, it's actually from the raindrops on my umbrella when I was in the monastery in Tibet. That was they closed the monastery and it was started to rain, and there was this kind of a dreamy kind of effect, and those raindrops just popping on my umbrella, and there's those kind of little chimes over there. So I don't even know how I'm going to use that, honestly speaking, but in the end, when I put all those gigabytes of sound materials there, they just came out like I was just a messenger, I think. As a composer, a lot of times I think I'm a messenger that actually being kind of possessed by some kind of a higher power that tell me what to do. So actually, yeah, we finished this pretty fast, like in 2 months. The piece was composed in the months and engineered, and then I gave it to Rebecca, and she has this very powerful animation and computer graphics coming out. Everything just they talk to the world as kind of through us. I think that's what I wanted to say.
I think for me, as the visual artist of this piece, what I try to achieve is a interplay between the music and the visual, rather than is one-to-one coordination. So there's a little bit of play between the two type of element, and hopefully through the interplay of those two, and we can provide this experience. So this is a more immersive experience for the audience.